Can I clap? All right, we're on. What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday, or thank God it's Friday, or whatever you want to say. But my name is WIlborn. I'm 27 years old. I'm out here in San Diego, California. Just getting dark out here, but having a great time always. That's why I love this business. We'll get to that in a little bit here. But like I said, I'm 27. I'm out here in San Diego, and I heard about this in a really transitional part in my life. You know, it's like the information sometimes we always long to know is around, but we got to be in the right timing in our life to want to hear it and absorb the information. So I say that because I went to high school, graduated, thank God, right? Did a little bit of college, minor stuff, and I was right at that point in my life where I was ready to hear something new. I was ready to hear, if I heard another story about, or another job opportunity about how to make what I was already making, and I was going to go nuts. I was looking for something I could really buy into. The desire I had was so big. A little bit about how I heard about it was I was blessed to know a family. I still know them. They're involved with the company still, and they're doing even better than they were when I first started. But this particular family showed me a way out, in my opinion, just a strong opportunity where, being 20 and ambitious, and I really wanted to do something big. Like I said, I really bought into it because it was coming from, number one, people that I highly respected and cared about, and number two, like I said, I was ready to absorb the information. I was at a point in my life already that I really wanted to hear something new, and I heard about it from just some friends of mine, people I knew, someone that you guys know, or they're the ones that told you about this. Whether or not you know what this is yet, or have any idea what's going on, or you're sitting in their living room and you don't really know why you're there, maybe you guys already ran through some facts about it, but we all were completely new, didn't know anything about the company, didn't know anything about the opportunity, and there comes a point, if you care enough to understand what this is, you'll have a full plate of information, and from there you dissect it and eat what you want and take what you want from there. But I heard about it from some great friends of mine that were just killing it. Growing up out here in San Diego, I knew people that were doing decently well, but this one particular family just stuck out, and I knew them my whole life. I'd go over there and hang out, and they had all these vitamins, right, like capsule vitamins, and I'd spend the night, right, because that's what you do when you hang out with your friends. And they had weird shampoo in the bathroom. They didn't have Pert Plus like my family, or Pantene Pro V. They had this stuff called New Vision. So my buddy's parents were in the parent company of Vima called New Vision. And I didn't know what they did. I didn't know if they sold them in stores. I didn't really care because I was like 15 years old over there hanging out. But as I got older, it turns out that they were in this industry, and the industry we're talking about tonight is an industry called direct sales. So a lot of companies have products. Obviously, there's tons of products we can go consume, beverage speaking. You can go buy Red Bull, you can go buy a Rockstar, a Monster Energy drink, you can go buy a beer, whatever it is, and all these companies, they spend the money on the Super Bowl ads. Red Bull, to talk about them for a second, they spend about $1 billion, just under $1 billion a year in advertising, trying to get people to go buy their products, and good for them, they're doing a lot of money in sales, but they're in the retail space. Vima and this family that I keep talking about, the Alcazan family, they showed me a market space called direct sales, or what we unformally know it as is word-of-mouth advertising, where if I love my iPhone so much, I don't really have to even say anything. When this thing's stuck against my head, everyone knows that he likes an iPhone because it's on his side of his head. He's talking into it. That's the phone of my choice. And you go, how do you like that iPhone? Oh, I love it. I love it to death. How do you like that product? How do you like that drink? How do you like that movie? How'd you like that dinner? How'd you like that new restaurant? We're talking about this all the time, especially the ladies. Ladies are always talking about their hair, their nails, and where they got their shoes and all these things. And we do it as human beings. And we love talking about ourselves and where we got our products and all these different things. So we know that word of mouth is the most trusted and the most organic way to grow a brand and grow a company. Even the companies in the retail space, what would they really like? They would like for people to talk about their products. Point to be taken right now is if you look at a Coke can lately, it says, have a Coke, share it with a friend, or something like that. So they're even talking about, hey, take our product, share it with somebody. They don't pay you for it, but we do. So I learned all this from my friends, these people. They're actually the number one income earners in Vima now. My buddy's parents, Tom and Bethany Alcaz, and great people. And the company we're talking to you guys about, I've said it a couple times here. The company name is Vima. They're out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, I always say that. They just moved to Tempe. They bought a brand new big building. It's awesome. Huge new canning line. Millions of dollars in equipment, employees out there, customer service. If you guys call the 1-800 number for Vima, there's someone on the line who's been trained and updated with information. There's servers. We have an app. Our app that we have. Our app that we use on our iPhones or on your Android, it costs $100,000 a month just to maintain the app. Big money, big business. The company did $221 million in sales last year. We're open in 50 different countries. So we're not some garage operation. This is not like your friend told you about this and we're going to represent a company that's selling products out of some guy's garage. This is a big business, big company, big income to be had. So I like talking about the company because on our end, we hear it from some friend of ours or sometimes an acquaintance even, and we question the foundation. We question a lot of things. I think we're negative by nature, unfortunately. We question the formula. We question everything about everything. But the reality is, if you look at the truth of this thing, it's a big company, big countries open now. We just opened Colombia, which I think was our 50th country. Big numbers to be had, and that to me was huge. And if you guys go out to Tempe, Arizona, you get a tour of the manufacturing plant. I mean, this manufacturing plant is FDA. The product's not FDA approved because it's a supplement. No supplements are. You don't need to be. It's a completely different market. But our canning line is. It's incredible. Stainless steel. You got to wear the hairnets, all that stuff. And to talk about why they would go through those great lengths is we want to produce the best formula we can produce. The formula of Vima, and Vima as a company, that's the name of the company. Our main product is called Vima, and underneath the product, or underneath the umbrella of Vima, there's 3 different delivery systems. But the original product, you guys, actually stands for vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe vera. And if you look far and wide, online, offline, you're not going to find any products with that amount of ingredients in one great tasting liquid that really, I'm going to say it again, tastes amazing. If you blend it up, vitamins, 12 vitamins, 65 minerals, aloe vera, green tea, this fruit called a mangosteen fruit, all these different things in one dosage, it would taste probably really bad. But we've hired this amazing doctor, and he's got his MD from China and the U.S., and the guy's a wizard when it comes to making this stuff taste good and keeping the nutrients where they need to be. It made it taste phenomenal. So we have 3 different deliveries. I got a couple with me. We have Vima, the original. It's these big bottles. I should bring one up here next time. We have the body line. You guys know anyone that could use an extra 10 or 15 pounds off of their bodies? I was saying earlier, we are in the one of the most overweight countries in the world. Us and Mexico, we're like the 2 heavy hitters. Tyson and Holyfield going back and forth. So is there a need for a body line? This particular product has 20 grams of protein, 12 grams of fiber, and thermogenics in it, and the original Vima formula. So if you look, all our products have the original Vima brand on there, which means that they have the original, some amounts of different amounts sometimes, but the original Vima formula in this product tastes amazing. That's why it's in my house. I drink one. I just had one about 45 minutes ago. This is one of my favorite products. There again, why it's in my house. This is a part of what really put the company on the map. It's our Verve line. 2 ounces of the original formula with 120 milligrams in this particular one. This is the black one. This is a bold flavor. Has the most caffeine out of all of them. And you look at this and you go, wow, it's healthy, it's great tasting. And the whole concept here is you can just drink the products. We have a lot of people, actually I think it's about 70% of everyone that orders a Vima product, whether it's the body line, the Verve line, or the original Vima liquid supplement, end up just drinking the product for themselves. They're not really trying to make money. Now there's some people like myself, 20 years old, looking to get out of debt. Getting out of debt would have been amazing. I just wanted to be at 0 again. I was looking for something big. And this really caught my attention for several reasons. Real quick here, I got about 5 minutes. Number one for me was I liked how it was just so fair. What I mean by that is the company doesn't care if you are 18 or 50, the company doesn't care if you are American or Canadian or Chinese. Well, we're not open in China. We're open in Hong Kong coming up here, but bad example. But if you're Australian, 50 different countries, Colombia, Mexico, South Africa, you can go all through Europe with this thing. The company doesn't care. They pay based on your results. It's like if you go to school, you get a report card based on your results. I remember progress reports. I didn't like those too much because I had to show my parents what was going on in my progress. But in this company, you can earn A's or you can earn an F, whatever you want to earn. And when you earn the A's, your business is growing and growing and growing. And what really struck me, and I've never seen it again, you guys, this is my personal opinion about this, is in a lot of ways you can reach incomes and build part-time. So here's the problem. Everyone makes a certain amount of money, whether it's $2,000 a month or $20,000 a month. If you're like just a doctor and you're killing it, some big company that you own, whatever it is, you don't have time to go out there and do what you're doing again. If you work 40 hours a week, you don't have time to work another 40 a week. If you're full-time in the military, you don't have time to be full-time again in the military to double your income. So what do? You don't have time if you make $20,000 a month to go out and do exactly what you're doing all over again. So systematically, you start putting this product in your mouth first and in your hands, and you fall in love with it, and then you start referring people to the company. Now, the company tracks all your income, all your volume, everything's tracked through what we call our back office in our app. It's incredible. And basically, you guys, what you make full-time, whether it's $2,000 a month or $20,000 a month, with ambition, patience, strategic planning, and hard work. Is this easy to do? Some days it is, some days it's not. Is this simple to do? Absolutely. Who can't taste the product, let someone taste it, share information with them, and follow up? That's all we do. I'm not a rocket scientist over here, but I've been able to build a multiple six-figure income through this company, and it's really because of the system. Now, what the goal is for most people is you got your main job here, and you bring your VEMA income, you bring your Verb income, whatever you want to call it, up to where your main job is and what you make. So if you make $2,000 a month, or let's go, you make $5,000 a month at your day job, you want to make $5,000 a month in VEMA. When you do that, and you can pay your bills off of VEMA for 9 months, I mean, you are really in there and you're doing it. 6 to 9 months, that's what we say. Okay? You can then make that decision. If you don't want to be at your job anymore, if you found that you're way more passionate about the VEMA lifestyle and helping people like that, you have choices now. And you can drop that job or you can keep it and build your income to double your job, because this is why we don't care how many hours in a day when you're on the VEMA in the VEMA world, because at my job, I used to make $10 an hour at one of my jobs. I got paid 100% of one person's effort, forever. 100% of my effort. If I missed an hour, I missed $10. With this was so clever, and it really clever turned into genius for me, because when I get people drinking this, and if I can kind of pass the torch, pass the baton to someone else and teach them kind of how simple this really is, like we're doing tonight, educate people. You guys are smart people. This is easy to do. You just show people the plan, and then you can turn this little tiny concept into a snowball of momentum. And for me, you guys, at one point in my journey, I was brand new. I was the new guy. There was no one in my business. There was no one drinking product. I hadn't told anyone about VEMA or Verb. And through just repetition and me really having a strong desire to get out of my situation, I'm blessed to say that there's about 17,000, 18,000 different people every month consuming one of our products. I don't really care which one they drink because they're all healthy. And the volume from the purchases comes back up and helps everyone make a check. So it's really clever, and I wanted to close out, you guys, with our systematic approach to this thing. We have a system for growth. If you were to take all this craziness, if if you guys have hung out with your friends or maybe your siblings or whoever it is, I remember I used to be playing back before Vima, so I'm talking like when I was 19 or 20, right before I got on board. I remember playing video games or watching a movie with my friends or just hanging out. I'm like, dude, how are we gonna get rich, man? You know, how are we gonna go big? How are we gonna do something big? You know, do you have any ideas? They're like, yeah, I got a couple ideas. And then you like, you have any ideas? I'm like, yeah, I got a couple ideas. But that never turned into anything. It was just kind of because you think of the idea and then how it happens and the system of how to do that and how to like get the money and the financing and like how to line it all up to turn that dream into a reality. There's like a big brick wall that's 2 feet thick, and most people never break through that. And it takes focus, which I didn't have. But my point is in saying all that is with this, we talk. I'm talking kind of a big game right now. I'm like, hey, man, you want to do this? You can get a part. You can be a part of this, and we'll show you how to do it. And that's the main part here. Unlike those conversations I had with my friend or even to myself growing up, there's actually a game plan here where it's systematic. I do certain things throughout the day, and then 90 days from then, 6 months from then, you're making a profit. You know, you're in the wheel. Have you ever seen a business that really makes a profit in its first 30 days or first 60 days? No, they don't exist. But this, you know, you'll make some money, but I'm talking real profits, like continual profits, okay? With this, you guys, you can be in a cash flow position it depends on the person and how hard you hit it, but 60, 90 days, 6 months, a year. There's about 20 individuals in my business that were all just crazy fired up 20-year-olds that through their college networks and through getting their parents on the product and through just being hardworking individuals and not sleeping much, they're drinking a lot of verb, they just really hit it. They created 6-figure incomes. There's about 20 of these people, male and female, all over the country that created 6-figure passive incomes in like 12 to 20 months. There's one guy that did it in 6 months, but that was just insane. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm just saying results not typical. It might take you longer. But for me, you guys, when I saw this, no big deal. I'll buy product. But mentally, I really ingested 5 years. If it takes me 5 years to hit a no joke 6-figure income, I'm in, man. It's legal. It's ethical. I'm going to have fun doing it. I'm going to learn a lot about myself, the economy, people, business, products, travel, taxes. It's real business. It's not a classroom. This is real stuff. And so I committed. Now, you guys say whatever it is for you, what it's worth. But is it easy? Yeah, sometimes. Is it? Here's a question. Is it worth it? For me, absolutely. I stuck with it, and it's been a great story, and I'm not even done yet. The point is for you tonight, you know, the path you're on right now, is it the path that you really want to be on? Maybe in addition to that, for most people, 99% of people, they're not going to change their path off one webinar here. But what if this is all true, right? Which it is, right? But what if in your head you're like, what if it actually happens to me and I'm making an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month? Awesome. You know, when you guys get there, your belief is at a point where you know, dare to dream big, and you go, you know what, I made it to $2,000 a month. Why can't I get to $2,000 a week? You know, and it's kind of exciting because it doesn't really matter how many hours in the day. At that point, you have an army of people that are going out and spreading the word. You know, a little credibility here before we wrap up. Vima is in 50 countries. You know, I meet people and they go, isn't that one of those scams, man? Isn't that one of those things? And I go, you know, how would we make it into 50 different countries if this was illegitimate? That means that Canada looked at this thing, looked it over, they missed everything, stamped it okay. You know, that's just completely, we gotta use a little common sense here. The product, you guys, all our products, $221 million in sales. Pretty incredible. 50 countries, like I said. This guy, if you go to vervenergydrink.com, don't place an order there, but that's the Phoenix Suns website. The NBA team, Phoenix Suns. We are actually the official energy drink of the Phoenix Suns. That took, actually, I had the pleasure to work with the guy that set that up. That was about 6 months of flying back and forth from San Diego to Scottsdale. Attorneys, a panel of attorneys, picking apart the product, picking apart the opportunity. And at the end of the day, not only did they make us the official energy drink, is the Suns are actually in the business. because it makes sense to them how they can make money on their attendance after they leave the arena. So a lot to ingest. I hope this kind of painted a picture for you. Questions. I hope you have questions. If you don't have questions, that means you probably weren't listening to anything I said, and this was a complete waste of 20 minutes. But if you have questions, that means that something struck a nerve. You want to know. Believe me, everyone has questions. It's not a bad thing at all. It's actually a great thing. And do not go 12 hours, 24 hours. If you're not with the person that got you on this webinar, call them right after this webinar and write down your questions, you guys. Write it down. Hey, dude, I don't fully understand how this works or that works, or how does that work, or how does the website work, what do I got to pay, how does a monthly thing work? All those different things, write them down, get them answered, you guys, because once you clear the fog, you're going to see clearly, just like that song. I'm not going to sing for you, but you see clearly, and you're able to make the right decisions. And I believe in you guys. This is something that's changed my life, and really understand that you guys, if you want something different than most people, for me, when I saw this, I didn't want what my friends had. I didn't really want what a lot of my family members had. I'm talking financially speaking. So I had to look elsewhere. I had to take notes from someone else. And for me, you guys, I saw this. It made sense to me. I've been taking notes ever since, and it's worked out. And I'm so blessed to be a part of this company, and I'm proud of what we've done. So get back to the person that invited you on here. We're going to be back on here tomorrow. Not this exact link, but we're going to be back on here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific. So stay tuned to your leadership for the link for tomorrow. And tomorrow at 2 p.m. is going to be an actual training on how to make this thing happen in your life. So not only are we going to get you on board, but we're going to teach you how to do it for free. That's a little different, right? School costs a lot of money. Maybe we should charge 20 grand a semester to do VIMA. But you guys get on board. You're not going to know everything before you make that first decision. But as you grow, you'll learn. So I appreciate your time. We've gone over a little bit here, but we'll be on here tomorrow at 2 p.m. for that training. Catch you guys then. Have a great night. Enjoy your Friday.